This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
Wow. Big guest on the pod today.
Are you talking
Oscar
about
winner.
I thought you were talking about Clint from Wanneroo, talking about how many times he had sex a day.
I mean, that was good, but
a big-
also Oscar winner Olivia Colman.
She doesn't talk about how many times she has sex a day. But then again, we didn't ask her,
No,
which is a
that's
missed
true.
opportunity.
We only had 6 minutes.
Hey, we're talking
That's
about
what Clint said.
what a weekend Clint has, by the
I
way.
know,
You've got to stick
yes.
around for those conversations. Talking about getting stuck in the mud today.
Yes.
Yes. I tell the most interesting story, which is relatable and entertaining, about tea.
Yes. Also very relatable about where do you park your limo?
Oh, that's a real issue that's going to touch a lot of Australians.
Isn't it just?
Nathan, Nat and Sean. This is what I came for. Yeah. Perth's Nova 937. Keep on giving me all you got.
Morning, everybody. 6:04. Johnny Max here, everybody.
Hi,
Yeah,
Sean.
thanks for having me,
Hero
guys.
returns.
So, Sean,
That's it.
when you weren't here yesterday,
Yeah.
we had a few technical issues. Like Harry's panic when the screens here all go blank because this is, it's like an
It's
aircraft.
crumbling.
It's
Big time.
It's all run by computers.
Yeah, if this was a plane, don't get on
Yeah.
it.
So
That's what I'm
this
saying.
morning we walked in this morning and now the lights don't work
No.
in here. You know when you need a new car and then you're getting your new car and you know that your current car is probably not going to make it another week. That's
Oh, yeah.
where we
That's where
are.
we're at.
That's where we are, literally. And we really need things majorly fixed in this studio, which is Ross's
But they're not
studio.
going to,
But they're
because
not
it's
going
about to be
because
renovated.
It's going to be renovated.
It's going to be renovated anyway. It's been going on for quite some time because we've been having guests just about every
Yes.
week. And every time we've had a major guest come in, the whole joint's nearly shit
I
itself.
know. We've got floodlights, hot space in the roof out here. It's
Everything's
insane.
like, yeah.
But I honestly think the day before we leave this studio to go into our other studio, the ceiling's going to collapse.
No
on
doubt.
us.
I know. But you know what? We'll still do the show.
Oh,
Because that's what we do. We
Yeah.
just soldier on.
And one of us has got to be hit by that ceiling.
Yeah. Oh,
And
okay,
then when
to
you
get
come,
the
and then
compo.
whoever's down, then we go to the rescue, and then another pit gets us on the head. That's the only way.
Yeah, what? That we'll get the day off. Are you delusional? Are you delusional, Sean? If we're in a coma, there'd be a microphone right next to our
Yes,
mouth.
yeah.
As soon as we wake up and speak, they'll hand us a script.
Hey, today, Sean, you missed this because you weren't here yesterday, but Nathan and I got the great honour of chatting to Oscar winner Olivia Colman.
That is great
and she's
news.
a joy. We only had 6 minutes, which wasn't enough. We could have talked to her all day.
I'm sorry. I can't.
So
I
you're going
can't.
to hear that later
No,
this
it's fine.
morning.
Go.
And
I
Nathan's
cannot.
going to give you some background.
You want me to see the movie?
What, but,
We had a
no.
screener.
You should have seen the movie.
I should have seen the
So
screener.
Sean had a message from
What's it
Sunday
called?
saying we got a message Sunday afternoon saying that Sean's not feeling the best. He's not going to be in. But you would
By
by
then.
that point have to have watched the Olivia Colman movie.
No way, I was so busy.
The amount of movies that Natalie and I have had to watch and Sean has refused to. The Dressmaker. He walked
Oh,
out.
that is the worst
And it
movie of
doesn't matter.
all
I
time.
didn't make it. We had to watch it to interview.
I was
whoever it
sitting in the
was.
movie going, "Oh my god, I've got better things to do in my life than this." and I was meaning actually going home to my wife. I mean, just think about that.
That's
Anyway,
such was
so
his
Sean is
desperation.
going to watch Wicked Little Letters.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
All
great.
right.
It's a
It's a
really
great
good
movie.
movie.
Shame on
It's
it.
a
Remember,
really
I went
good
to the
movie.
movies, and what was that other show that you made me go and
I
watch?
don't know. You've been punished so much.
Downton Abbey. Didn't you have to go and see Downton Abbey? the
Downton
movie?
Abbey.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Spare a thought for Ellie. Our lift here in the building wasn't working this morning,
Oh, we're
and
telling
we
you
park
about
on the
this.
lower level of the car park now.
Can I tell you?
all the way up the stairs, Ellie and
I nearly had a
child.
heart attack.
We're not good with change, so when they moved our car parks down another level, that was a bit of an adjustment. But then I grew to love my new car park until this morning.
Nate, you've been having a sore back too. You were
I had
telling
a
me.
sore back all weekend. It feels like I carried a fridge on my back, and and I know Nat's got a sore knee as well. So this morning I had to climb up. How many flights is that? 1, 2, 3, 20.
Like 600.
20 flights of stairs. Had to climb up that, and then when I get up here, I get a phone call from Ali.
What?
The phone
I asked you to
call?
go down and get our lovely Talisa, who is learning from me.
So then
So you
I
had to
go
go all the way back down again.
down,
All the
and
way
as I
down
reach the
again.
B2 level, then I'm ringing Harry, and then Ali rings me back and says, Harry's let her in. So then I've had to go all the way back upstairs.
Sorry about that, but
Oh,
you know
no,
what? Safety
that's the only
first,
thing.
I think.
Safety
Yeah,
first.
And when I think of a superhero male to save me, I think of you. So I sent you
you go.
down to get her. You know, there was some shady characters around there
Definitely.
this morning.
Not me.
Have the
Definitely.
baby go climbing the stairs.
The baby's
all right?
not happy with me this morning because I had to take a break like about 3 flights in. And then I literally, Anyway, we made it.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
The Olympics.
In
Not too
Paris,
far
eh?
away.
Paris.
Not too far. How long we got?
June,
July, isn't it?
June, July. Okay. Not sure, but we haven't got too long at all.
I'll Google it.
Okay.
So exciting. Paris.
There was going to be an issue, and we mentioned just the end of the week last week, the fact that once you competed, you're going to be out of the Olympic Village, and you want to be there to party, have a good time, meet other athletes.
Sean, I've been reading some of the stuff about the village, and I'm tell you what, the thing that will be most exciting for me is the food hall. It just seems like a magical place where
Me too, that
it's
sounds
just
amazing.
cuisines from around the
Yes.
world, and the athletes don't pay a cent. And I know most of them are on strict diets.
But once their event
once they're done-
finishes, open slather.
I mean, the
And
weightlifters are in there just going the whole time.
It's pretty amazing for any athlete. But imagine if you're from an African country where you don't have access to this stuff.
And there's McDonald's,
Yes.
there's all your franchises there
Yes.
that are sponsors. And then
Yes.
you've got all just your food, and then you
And
just
croissants everywhere.
It's all just free.
Because it's French.
It's all free,
God, that would
Anything
excite
you
me.
want.
Kicks off on my dad's birthday,
Oh,
the
wow.
26th of July to the 11th of August.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Not too far away.
How good.
So, as we know, the last Olympics was COVID-y.
Yes.
Yeah, COVID-y
So
big
it was
time.
Tokyo, yeah.
So no one could even stand within
Yes.
6 metres of each other, let alone do it.
There was,
And
there was certainly no sort of,
No.
gathering together.
No. And the thing about the Olympics, and I'm sure a lot of the athletes are there and being, very, very proud of their accomplishments and representing their country, but also a lot of them just want to bang.
Well, they're testosterone fueled,
They are.
for starters.
They are chomping at the bit.
They're hot,
Oh, they are
and they're
so...
surrounded by other hot testosterone fueled people.
There's some seriously good rigs
It's
there.
just-
abs on abs. It's like getting 2 bits of corrugated tin and rubbing them
Yes,
together.
exactly.
Oh, that's a
and
good way of
making
looking at it.
sparks.
Don't you think?
Making a lot of
making sparks. So, you know what? The City of Love went, you know what? We
Yeah.
are all for this. They're going to be welcoming the 9,000 athletes in summer, and they're going to be giving out 300,000 condoms to the athletes in the Olympic Village. That is enough for each athlete to have 2 condoms per day
Not
throughout
enough.
the games.
It's not enough.
Some are saying it's not enough. But that's on average. So you
Yeah,
just got to
me.
hope on your
Yes.
floor
To
there's a couple of
me.
people who are a little bit stiff.
Like that our very religious high jumper.
Yeah.
She's not going to go
That's
street.
right.
She's not going to go
yes.
street.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
So
I'll
there's
take hers.
someone can have a few more there. And there's some that are just fugly. Not every
No, but they might
athlete's
meet the other
attractive.
fugly ones,
No,
Nathan.
they're a chance though.
The
It's Olympics,
fours
mate.
and the fours are
So
going to
like,
hook up.
the shot putter and the discus thrower
Yes.
and the hammer throw.
You're really stereotyping people.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
I don't know. I don't
And
know.
I agree.
I don't know. Show me them. I'll rank them of hotness.
I mean, you wonder if, like, the pistol shooters are going to be at it as much as, say, the...
God, you wouldn't want that to go wrong.
Is
would
that
you?
but come on, they have to be. Is that a gun in your pocket? You just have it as if you know it's a gun. Twice a day, though, in my current levels of energy is one too many times that I think that I can handle in my current
and that's every day.
schedule.
So you're talking every day. It's not like
Yeah.
one day a week you do it twice
Yeah.
a day. You're talking every day.
And I suppose if you really like the person, that's exciting. Like, and you want
That's
to
exciting.
jump on the train a bit
if it's
more.
if it's a
If
new
you're in a new
relationship,
relationship, you're
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
going, yeah, that's
But-
cool.
but
That's not out of the question.
But, once you get settled in,
Yeah.
like, I mean, really. But there are people out there that they're going twice a day. Sorry, that's
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
And how do you live? If you're listening and you're one of these people, how, if it's more than twice a day, where are we doing this? Like,
And
logistically, the
How does
itinerary.
it fit into the schedule?
Oh,
Can
Well,
I imagine
there-
you
there
start,
are-
you
there
start the day on a good note and
Yes.
then you end
Okay.
the day on the good note.
And yeah, but like in between, so there are 4 times people. There's 4 servings a day. People that be listening right now. Where are the other 2
No, they're
servings?
doing it, Nathan. Well, Brian and Marlene, why don't you give us a call?
Is it like having second dinner, or do you pop home for lunch? I cannot comprehend anyone going home on their lunch break, doing it, and then getting ready and going back to work. To me, that seems like, I don't know, wrong, because you're working.
But you're on
No,
your lunch
not at
break.
all.
I know you're on your lunch break, but just I feel
I
like
mean, I
it's-
know that you think lunch breaks are just for sandwiches, Nathan.
just for sandwiches. And so what you're doing with that panini, put it down.
So you're wondering how people create the time.
I'm wondering
Yes,
for the
and
people.
energy.
Let's see if they're listening. And of course you are. You're probably up doing it. Take a break for a second and let us know if you partake in this activity more than twice a day.
How do you fit it in? Or
Yeah, how do you
no,
fit
that's not
it
the
in?
right. That's not the right question, is it?
Traditionally,
We heard that at the Olympics, the condom allotment will be 2 per day per athlete.
yeah.
And we're like, is that enough?
For some athletes, they're not going to see daylight for a while. They're going to make the most of their opportunity at the Olympic Village. But
Yes.
others, that'll be like, where do they have the time? They've got to train.
There are
do
people.
stuff,
There are
mate.
people listening, going. I mean, you know, obviously they didn't call, but there are people listening that are
They're
going
tired,
twice a day.
Nathan.
Come on, that's
yeah.
that's child's play, and which shouldn't be child's play.
We want to know about the time management. Like, how do you fit this into your day? Clint's in Wanneroo. Good morning, Clint.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Like,
Hey,
Clint,
Clint.
firstly, congratulations for being the bravest person in Perth to talk about the things others won't. So thank you.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so more than twice a day, Clint.
Oh, with ease.
So
Okay.
one other thing for Nathan, though, was making the time. So
Scheduling.
So where'd you schedule these things?
Yeah, so-
You're a busy man. We know you're a busy
Yeah.
man,
So
Clint.
Clint, what do you do for work?
Oh, I do construction.
Okay.
Okay.
So that seems like
And it's a physical job, you know.
busy job. So,
So-
talk to us about when you're are you currently partaking in more than twice a day, or this is a story from the past?
Oh, no, twice a day with ease. If I've got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
or the missus does,
Yep.
she's got to start work before me. It's just wake each other up and let's get at it.
So 1 in the morning.
And both on the same page.
Yes, and that's early. 4 a.m.'s early. Okay, and then
4
so
a.m., Sean.
another time in the evening, presumably before you go to bed.
Oh, yeah, well, it could be when we get home, before dinner, could be before, could be after the gym, could be when we go to bed. It's just whenever we feel like it.
You just fit it in. You know, Clint, there's most households, and I don't throw our producer Amy into it, but when this was mentioned
But it
this
sounds
morning,
like
but I'm
you
going
are.
to, only because the look on her face,
Oh, she was horrified.
she was
about
horrified.
The idea of touching
and it
Alex.
was like looking at my wife, Megan, the facial just straight away.
But
Why
Sean-
would you want to be...
But Clint's found someone that's
Yes.
got just as eager an appetite.
Clint, I'm going to go out on a limb. No kids?
No.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference.
All right. So Clint, has there been like
Yeah.
during a busy week? Has there been like a four times a day situation?
Oh, not during the week. Probably on a weekend it'd be easy 4, 5, maybe 6.
6? Are you two leaving the house at any point? That's, 6.
Oh,
You'd have
always
calluses
time.
on it,
Yes.
you know?
There's always time to get it done.
It's
Good
always
on you.
time to get
Good on
it
you,
done.
Clint. Good on you.
Is it that it's just not taking very long, Clint?
Oh, no. It takes a while.
Okay, just
It
checking.
takes a while.
Just checking. I'm sure
he's
your
lying.
missus is very
He's lying.
happy.
What's a while these days? I don't
What's a
know.
while, Clint?
What's a while?
Oh, well, it's at least about half an hour.
Okay. I don't believe you,
Not
but
in my
okay.
household.
Sam just walked in, his jaw open, his mouth hit the floor.
Six
Sam,
times a day.
why are you? He just said a half
What
an
are
hour.
you aghast about?
I just can't believe you want to know someone that intimately for that long of a day. Like that
30 minutes a piece for
Over
6
4
times
times.
a day.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Half an
Yeah.
hour goes
Yeah.
pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, but it's like, like KFC straight after you feel a bit like, a bit dirty sometimes.
You're not going to do this again
Yeah,
for a while,
yeah,
is that what you're saying? Yeah.
yeah.
You're not going back through the drive-through to get another finger box, are you?
If you're comparing
right.
some sexy time with your beautiful partner Conrad as eating a bucket of greasy chicken.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Guys,
Yeah, man.
do you know Adelaide well?
Yeah, well, we all went there together,
there a
but
few times.
I reckon I've been there about 15 times.
Okay, do you
Of
know
course,
the
you played
fancy
footy there.
places in Adelaide? Do you know a place called Leabrook?
No.
Book. That sounds like it's up in the hills, is
I
it?
don't know. It does sound fancy. Anyway, it's a story from Leabrook.
Okay.
Everybody, a homeowner is upset because somebody's parking in the street over the road from their house. So not in the front of their house, over the road from their house.
Okay.
This is public, just
Yes.
street
Street parking.
parking. So they've written a letter and they put it on the car. So I just want to see if you guys connect with this person and feel like the person is going to move their car after receiving this letter. Hi, Hi, non-resident of Godfrey Terrace.
How do they know it's a non-resident?
They're very...
Done a door
They're
knock.
jumping to conclusions
I
already.
think they know this. I think they know the
Sure.
lay of the land and the people that come to and fro from the street, I'm guessing. Anyway. Hello, non-resident of Godfrey Terrace. Please find a new location to park your car. You have created problems for my gardener to park his car and trailer today, my cleaner yesterday, and my guests to park their cars in front of our home and gate.
Where do your staff park, Sean?
Very funny.
All right. So have I lost you yet as a common man,
Well, not
as a
me.
common woman, as an everyday
But I
man,
mean, maybe
everyday
this
woman?
is standard for Godfrey Terrace.
Okay.
You know?
The letter goes on.
Okay, good.
We have several celebrations, including a VIP event coming up, and prefer that your car is not parked opposite our pedestrian gate, especially so that the two limousines can park nicely opposite our home. Thanks.
The two limousines! It's hard to
They're
feel sorry
dropping
for
guests
them,
off. It's
isn't
a
it?
VIP event, mate. Move your car.
But, also, it's a public street and anybody can park there. If there's no parking restrictions, if it doesn't say residents only, then that's the problem.
I think if your main problem for 2024 is
that you can't park your limo?
is the two limousine parking situation at the front of your house, you're doing okay. Anyway,
You're not wrong. But on the other side,
Pray for the
if you
residents
have
of
got the
Godfrey
coin
Terrace.
to have that kind of property.
if I knew the perfect place for my limousine to be parked was someone's Fiesta was out there, yeah, I'd be enraged.
you would be absolutely.
I'm having a look at Godfrey Terrace. Doesn't look that fancy. Just saying.
What are you saying?
It's not Cutler Parade.
Not great.
No.
Maybe I'm looking at the poor end of it, but
It's always a poor end.
there are people parked on the street, though, can confirm.
It's disappointing.
All right, well, there you go, everyone.
Don't park on Godfrey Terrace. You've been warned.
No. Make sure there's always room for limousines.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Give me a head with hair.
Nathan, Nat and Sean have had some wild haircuts over the years, and Morris Mead is embracing every era with their clients. Morris Mead, styling Perth for 50 years.
To celebrate that 50 years of hair by Morris Mead, we've got $500 cash plus $500 to spend at Morris Mead up for grabs right now.
Well, we're going to give Claire from Coogee a shot at it this morning. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Right,
Good.
Claire.
Oh, we're doing
First
good,
cat
Claire.
off the rank.
We have discovered that the 2010s is called the teenies.
Yeah, it has. We need to spin the wheel, Nate.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
ready?
Yeah, because we wondered what the nickname was.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, it's got my name.
Oh, Nathan
Nathaniel.
Morris.
I want to do the teeny.
You want to do the
Well,
teeny?
now we know what it's called.
I want to do the
Oh,
teeny.
he wants to do the teenies. So recent
Oh, that
history.
works out well.
Yeah.
The teenies.
Are you confident about
I
music
don't
from the
like
teenies?
name.
Claire?
Oh, I don't know. I'll give it my best shot.
All right,
I
so
don't
what
know
we're going to do,
about
we're
the
going to
name
play
either.
you a bit of a song. You have to tell us the title and the artist, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely.
All right.
Oh, know that one.
What's that song?
I was 7 years old.
That's not the name of it, I'm
It's
afraid.
called 7 years by...
Lucas Graham.
What else has he done?
No joy, Claire.
Hello, Wendy.
Hello.
Welcome,
Wen.
welcome to what we've just learnt is the teenies.
Okay, Wendy, you get a new song. Have a listen to this. All right, what song's that, Wendy?
Oh, I know it, but I don't know the name. Sorry. Shut up and dance with me.
It
It's
is
called Shut Up and Dance.
and it is by Walk the Moon.
Great song from
Loved it.
2014. No joy, Wendy. Thank you.
In
Stay-
summary,
They're
song
never
that
going
one
to get
was.
anywhere with a band called Walk the Moon because you're not going to
No,
remember it
I
because
know.
it sounds like the song. The
Agree.
name of the band shouldn't sound like the name of the song.
Agree. Stacey, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hey, good
Good,
Stace.
Stace.
Stacey, you get a new song. Listen very carefully. All right. What's that song, Stacey?
Skinny Love by Birdie.
How'd you get the name of the song?
Getting Birdie's a good get. Well done,
Stacey, knew it. Birdie, straight up.
You've won $500 cash
Thank
plus a
you.
$500 Morris Mead voucher.
Oh, I'm so excited. I dye my own hair. So
Well, this is meant to be.
What box do you
And
usually
I've got
go
a
for?
dreadlock at the back at the moment, so I'm really looking forward to this.
This is
I've
going to
got
be a
a
great
dream.
makeover,
Hey,
Stace.
what box?
Wow.
What hair dye do you usually get in the box?
Okay, I go to Manor Whole Foods and store in South Fremantle, and it's like a henna kind of one, so it's very red and it dyes everything, like skin and everything.
Stacey.
You are not going to know yourself, Stace.
Stacey, that'll be amazing.
You are hilarious, by the way.
Your hair's going to look unbelievable when you go to Morris Mead.
Well
But
done.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job. We're going to play Harris again tomorrow, everybody. Will it be a different Hera? We don't know. We'll find out. Spin the wheel. Right now, this is a great
Can
song
you imagine
too.
her bathroom?
I know.
after she's done
It looks like
it would
a
look like
murder
Dexter
scene.
shot. You've been watching
Yes,
Dexter.
yes.
It'd be like a
Amazing.
kill room.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I just said I just find it really sad that I don't like coffees. I don't experience the that's a good coffee because I just drink the same sort of
You're really
tea
missing
bags,
out.
you know, like and
I'd like to dunk them too.
and it's just like English breakfast tea. But the only exciting time that I've had that's aligned with tea, apart from getting a fun tea bag from the T2
boss.
store,
Oh, yeah.
is Starbucks when I was in Sydney last. And so Starbucks coming to Perth. It's going to be in Clarkson or
There
something.
is, yeah. It costs a couple of million or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a Starbucks, and then I went in there, and then the lady said, "What would you like?" And I said to her, "Oh, I don't drink coffee. You know, what am I doing in here?" When Pricey was ordering hers, and she goes, "Well, do you drink tea?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Do you want an English breakfast latte?" And I went, "What's that?" And it was basically milk with warmed up milk with the tea bags dunked in it, and then like a little bit of some sweetener thing, and it was delicious. Thanks.
Crowd loved it. Crowd appreciated
You
it.
don't understand for a person in a tea store, in a coffee shop, to find something tea-based and exciting is just it was a real thrill.
You really live a life, don't you?
Why don't you tell
He
us
lives a
more?
life, this guy.
Why don't you tell us more about this amazing tea experience that you had?
Well, I wasn't expecting it. It just came out of the blue. I was wearing light layers so I could walk around the street. And you know what?
You're
I have to
losing
say-
the crowd. I'm just going to put it out
I
there.
just have to say, and I felt like I was part
You're
of it.
doubling down
keep
on this.
going.
I felt like I was partying, walking down the street holding a Starbucks cup because I never thought I could be that person. And like, I know.
Oh, okay.
See, the crowd are loving it. And I'd look at other people and they'd look at me and then I'd give them the nod. And then they go like, yeah. Anyway, it was, yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah.
They're booing because the story's over.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We had the great honour of having a Zoom catch-up with Olivia Colman. So it's just Nathan and I, because Sean was off yesterday. This is to promote her new movie, Wicked Little Letters, which is in cinemas this Thursday. We had some technical difficulties
Oh, my gosh.
trying to connect with
So-
her, and she couldn't see us
And
because
then-
of our renovations.
Yeah, because we have no cameras installed in here. We were on mute and
Yeah.
we didn't know how to unmute it.
Yeah, we were those people.
Anyway, oh God, it was
so
mortifying.
that was a bit
it was
awkward. So
mortifying.
when we finally
Oh, no.
connected with her, it was a big
It was
deal.
a
We're
relief.
pretty excited. Let's have a listen. Hello, Olivia.
Olivia, all that technical difficulty, and you got to understand. The other day when we found out we were speaking to you, that was like, we're like, no, it's Olivia Colman. She doesn't do interviews with people like us.
That's really not knowing me very well.
No, it's you not knowing us.
Now, Olivia, Wicked Little
I wish
Letters.
I could see you.
I know,
I know.
we're sorry about that. We're undergoing renovations, and so everything's very basic at our end at the moment.
Yeah, but we are breathtaking.
Yes,
so.
yes. Just imagine the
I
most
can
beautiful
tell.
people you've ever met,
Okay.
and a bit better than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Can I just say, you are one of these actors that when you see anything you do, it's like receiving a warm hug. You feel safe. You know you're going to have a great time. It's
That's lovely. Thank
Yes.
you.
unbelievable. And
I
Wicked
mean,
Little
almost
Letters.
always, because, I mean, in Fleabag you were vile, but, I mean,
Oh, I was
in everything else
absolutely
you're great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I cannot believe that there are stuff in history like the story behind Wicked Little Letters that we don't even know about. Like, we should have known
I
about this
know.
before, hey?
I know. I had no idea about it either. So even on the other side of the world where it originated from, no idea. And I love the fact that I think there's an assumption that people in olden days, yesteryear, never swore. And I love the fact that they clearly did, and they did it quite badly.
Yes.
Tell me more with your foxy ass.
I know, it's so good, isn't it? It's so sort of inept and clumsy, but really enjoyable.
It is. It's like how a kid would swear if they just learnt it.
If they'd never heard swearing before.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, it's like if you go on holiday and you just learn all the swear words you can in one sentence.
It sort of says, so for people that don't understand, it was back in the 20s and it was a seaside town in the UK and there was a scandal amongst the town because someone was sending out very rude letters to random ladies, especially your character Edith Swan. It really feels like the first case of trolling before the internet.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it was... So 85% of the letters in the film are taken from the real letters.
Wow.
I know. And it was debated in Parliament. It was such a big deal, and it was on all the broadsheets, and the whole country was gripped, with this, who is it?
Yes.
And all fingers pointed to the loud-mouthed, unmarried mother.
Yes, scandal.
And so they thought it must be that person because she goes to the pub. She's been seen drinking publicly, hilarious. And, back then, prison sentences were handed out for this. And nowadays, the obvious comparison to draw is trolling, internet trolling. And it's sort of upsetting that we haven't learnt anything in 100 years.
Yeah, I know. No. And the penmanship's gotten worse too.
Yes, it has.
Those G's were beautiful. And I did design at school, at university, so I love typography, but they were beautiful.
That's so nice that you appreciated those. Thank you.
I mean, credit where credit's due.
Is this the first interview where someone's appreciated the G's?
Beautiful penmanship.
Absolutely, that is definitely a first. And I love you all the more for it. Thank you.
Can I just say, the guy that played your father...
Timothy Spall.
Yes. He's an amazing role because truly horrific.
Yeah. And he is the loveliest person.
Yes.
It's often the nicest people who play the baddies really well.
Yeah.
But he plays a horrible character. And all of that, it makes so much sense, what's going on with Edith and why she is who she is, how she is. Oppress a woman, and it will come out to bite you in the ass at some point.
Oh, mate,
amazing.
as it should. And I just want to talk about your acting there with him as well, because here you are and you're feeling confident about yourself and you're being strong, and then suddenly he snaps at you in the way you withdrew into a little girl straight away. I just think, my gosh, that would have been so common back then, because there always seems to be one child left in the house to look after the family.
Yeah, and sadly, I'd love to say that it's not still happening, but it is. If you're living behind closed doors with your aggressor, you can see, and that's more commonly male to female, but still it happens for men too. But you can see the triggers, and you just sort of try to not infuriate, not make it worse, and you can just see how she instantly goes to, oh God, I don't want to inflame it. I don't want to.
That was heartbreaking. It's a story about freedom, really. That's what it is. At the very core of it, it's a story about freedom, and people are rooting for Edith's freedom as well. Hey, while we've got you, I would love to know, because you are basically the best representative of your country and your craft, I feel.
Oscar winner, let's not forget.
You are. You're amazing, dude. Like you said, you're a warm hug. But I want to know, have they ever approached you to be Doctor Who? They would had to have.
No, they haven't. What? When my mate Jodie ended up being Doctor Who, during that episode, apparently I was in the bookies doing quite well.
Yes.
And I wish, why don't they just ask me? I could really help them out. Or people going, I reckon it'll be her, whatever the odds were. And I thought, if anybody actually phoned me, I could say, I haven't been asked, and save your money.
Well, mate, I am so glad that you did this movie, because we have learnt about this.
I know. It's an amazing story, and told so beautifully. It's really quite an amazing story, and your character is will knock everybody's socks as well.
You're just the best, Liv. Thanks, mate.
We love you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That was lovely talking to you both.
Bye,
thank
sweetheart.
you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Olivia.
Please you enjoy enjoyed it.
Oh,
Take
we
care.
loved it. Everyone go watch it.
One day we'll do this and I'll see your faces.
Yes,
Oh,
and then you'll know
God.
the truth.
Then you'll know what love is.
Thanks,
Bye,
Olivia.
mate. Bye, mate.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Hey, Ellie, talking about food, have you got any cravings? Because this is the most magical thing to me about pregnancy isn't the making the baby, it's the weird crap that you ladies
That your
have
body
to eat.
does.
Yeah. No, everyone asks that. What are you craving? Mostly salty food, savoury food. I've been having like a salad with just like malt vinegar and
Just a real bitey taste.
yeah,
as
just
you
like
want.
salty.
really strong.
I have like cucumbers with soy sauce. Like
But you've got super
So
still at the moment.
you're just dipping them in the soy sauce?
no,
or
you
just-
pour it. You make like a sauce, like a soy sauce
And
sauce.
just cucumber, just like...
Just cucumber slices. No,
No,
No.
yes.
I mean,
it's like a Szechuan cucumber but without the actual Szechuan.
Yeah, but you know those people that are eating like,
yeah.
like, you know, they get a bit of ham and they put some ice cream in the middle of it, roll it up. And,
No, nothing crazy like that.
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
exciting.
Stay tuned.
Well,
Yeah.
get on to it,
Still
mate.
plenty of time.
Well, you're the only person around me making a baby, so I want some of the fun on my terms.
So get right onto that. Thanks, Ellie.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Bit of drama on Tuesday at Lake Claremont. This was exciting and really fun to see. Probably not for the guy that experienced
No.
it. A man had decided to walk out in the dried up lake at Mount Claremont. You know, just testing.
Yeah. It's
testing the
sport,
waters,
I
literally.
mean, it is like
Yep.
the summer, like it's tail end of summer.
So it's dried.
You think it's dried.
He's
Yeah.
walked out.
What can
Obviously,
happen?
he's been going fine. And then the mud has just sucked him into it. And he needed help. He was calling for help for ages.
He was
You know.
waist deep in it.
Luckily,
That's
there's a lot of people,
mud.
Nathan, walking around because the pathway goes
Yeah.
around the side of Lake
Yeah.
Claremont
Lots of
next to the
people
golf
walk
course,
their
and
dogs,
everyone's
yeah.
walking their dogs and stuff.
You at least would have stood there and taken a video quickly.
You would have.
You know.
Let me catch this before I come and save you.
Anyway, the emergency services came. There was a crew that arrived. They had to throw out a line to rescue the man, and then they dragged him in like you would a very heavy clay pot.
Yes, that's a great analogy. That's exactly.
It's a
If that
great
clay pot was stuck
Well
in the
done,
mud.
mate.
Yeah,
Well done.
Yeah.
He
Mud.
tried to get out for ages.
Oh, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
Well, once mud sucks you in,
I know.
it sucks you in. It's like, I mean, I think it's probably the closest thing you'd experience to quicksand,
Yeah.
really.
I always think about the fireys as well because, I mean,
you'd be
obviously they're
pissing
out
yourself
there. Yeah,
laughing.
they're
I mean-
supposed to be.
You would have to collect yourself first because I'm guessing you have to put on a professional front.
Yeah.
You have
It's
to
like
collect
they're
yourself.
answering the phone like, "Where's the fire?"
Yeah.
Mud.
No,
You say-
what?
Mud, you say?
Yeah.
What? That's
Yeah.
great. That's a fun one.
I've only seen I've seen one girl have real problems with mud, and it was at the B&S ball one year, and everyone had a really big night, and it was just, you know how just even if it's not raining, it's just muddy. There was mud everywhere. Anyway, she had passed out because she had a little bit too much of a party time.
What?
And I
At a
know,
B&S?
It was crazy. Everyone was
that's
talking about it. It's
unheard
like, wow, no. Was she drinking alcohol? No way. Anyway, then the next day she woke up and it was scorching hot, so she had really like passed out for a fair whack. And the moment that I walked past was when she was trying to get up and her hair had dried into the mud.
Oh, she's it's set around her.
So she was trying to pull her hair out of the earth.
With a hangover.
And
In the sun.
no one was helping her.
No, well, you wouldn't.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yes.
Yeah. So drink responsibly, everybody. On dry land.
Yes.
We want
Mud.
to talk about
Discuss.
mud. Yeah. So mud. Have you had a situation arise, and now you know how difficult that substance can be? Hello, Jess.
Hey, how are you?
Good, Jess. What happened with the mud?
Oh, gosh, a bit embarrassing. So we used to live down south, so we had a beach buggy. So we're going up the beach, and the river was sort of closer to the beach at the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was sort of still hard enough to walk on to have a look.
Which is
So
what I think this guy experienced.
Yeah.
He walked
Yeah.
out a certain way, and then suddenly the mud just like took
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand completely what he's done. So we've parked up on the beach side, so we're safe. And then we've gone for a walk. We've got the 3 kids with us, and my husband's gone, just be careful, because you don't know where it's going to be soft. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. And as we were walking, I had the girls behind me, and I've taken one step, and I've gone straight down to my hip.
Oh, Jess.
So wait,
She can't move.
But was it one leg went straight down to your hip and the other leg was still up on dry mud?
Yeah, I was like a real walk.
So at that point, yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful, like, kids, get away because she might go in down as well. He's run over because he was a bit like behind, and he's run and he's
he's gone too.
Yeah. So what happens now?
So this is a cartoon.
Going, oh crap! Like, what are we going to do here? So we've told the girls to try and
What?
slowly
To try and what?
fast go back to the beach buggy while we attempt to get ourselves out.
So, light as a feather, girls, run back to the car. Light as a feather. Light as a feather.
So how do you get out of it, Jess? Is that because the more you struggle, the more it sucks you in a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it was sort of like we had to sort of manoeuvre because we only had we weren't full both legs down. We could sort of try and
leverage.
It would have been hilarious to film. But
Can I be honest? I'm really glad that your kids didn't get captured by the mud, but I sort of wish they did as well. Just because I would love for someone to rock up there and see a family stuck in mud, and just use throughout the night. It's okay. It's going to be okay, girls.
but they'd be thinking, is this one of those sculptures things? Sculptures by the
A sculpture by the swamp.
Thanks, Jess.
Oh, Jess, that was funny.
Perfect. Nicole's in Marangaroo. Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Nicole. Okay, what happened with the mud?
It was a few years ago. My eldest son, in Kalbarri, and it's always muddy in Kalbarri, even in summertime with the rain and that. We're at a really nice cafe waiting for our breakfast to come. The kids got bored, so I said to my husband, take them outside. You know, there's a playground over there. They can play on the playground.
Yep.
He was took them out. And he was just standing there watching what they're doing and that. My son was standing next to this puddle, and he scanned over to see what my daughter was doing, and then scanned back to see the son standing next to the puddle still, but covered head to toe in mud.
So in the space that it took your husband to turn his head to look at the other child and then look back again, he managed to get himself completely covered in mud.
He did, yes.
He was exfoliating.
And it was thick mud that he had to take him back to the hotel to wash him off because it was through everything.
That's amazing.
Did you,
kids,
how
do they do that?
How did
in
you
seconds.
do that?
And silently.
But
You were just standing.
also, the fact that you took the care to take him back to the hotel to give him a shower,
hose him down.
In our days, is it literally take them to the nearest hose and just spray them like you would a car?
Or
Well,
chuck
that
them in
does
the
surprise
sea.
me because where the playground is, all you have to do is walk 5 metres and
And
you're
the
into
beach.
the river.
The river,
goes into
the river mouth. Yeah.
So just jump in, have a swim. Chucked him in there, Nicole. I would have.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Clothes. Yeah.
people look after kids too much these days. You know what I mean? It's like, seriously.
Yeah, rub it off with sandpaper.
sure.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. Burn it off. Burn the mud off, like our parents did.
Hayley, hello.
Hi, how you going, guys?
Good, Hayley.
Hales, okay. Did you have a run-in with mud?
I did. So we lived down south, and the estuary was pretty much just a couple of streets away.
Yep.
And one night we were having a few drinks and thought, oh, a feed of crabs would be nice. So we walked over to the estuary, and I've put on my waders. I don't know, you know those big long pants?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Yes, I've seen them at BCF.
BCF, yeah.
I've seen them at BCF. Yeah.
Something that old men wear, but I had my own pair, and my friend's like, why are you wearing them? They're not going to do anything. And I was like, these things are life-changing. Trust me.
Yeah.
So we've got in the water, and we're walking with the big old scoops, and I don't know what happened, but next minute I was up in the air, full of mud, and the worst part was these waders were getting full of water.
Just weighing you down like an anchor.
Yeah.
So no matter what I did, I just could not move. And she's like, yeah, they're good, aren't they? And I was rolling around like Neil the Seal, and I just could not get out of the mud. I couldn't get out of these waders, and I was, she thought it was hilarious, but it was, and the worst part was we didn't get any crabs, and I've had to walk back in my knickers, the dirty old socks, and a T-shirt because I was wearing my waders there.
Yeah.
Hey, Hayley, did you step on any on the way back? Because it's waiting to happen.
No, there was a few stingrays, but I pretty much was running on water at that stage.
I bet. Jeez.
I've known some seals. Can you Neil?
Neil the Seal.
Neil the Seal.
Yeah, tell me
Neil
about
the
Neil,
Seal.
please.
He's that what that big friendly one. That's in
In
is it
Tasmania.
Tasmania?
Yes. You remember he was
Yeah.
blocking their woman's car when she was trying to go to work?
Sorry, I thought there was a local
Oh, no, that's
in the area, Neil the Seal.
No, Neil's the Tasmanian one.
I probably looked like a local that night, but, you know.
Oh, there's Neil.
Yeah.
Never have a few drinks and go and think you can do something like that.
Okay,
Definitely
good
not.
advice. Thank you, Hayley.
Wow.
Words to
is
live by.
Neil the Seal
That's it.
currently there still?
I think it's probably the off-season now.
God, you know what? A community
tourists
of
aren't
humans,
coming.
we really lose our minds when a seal comes to visit, doesn't it?
I mean,
The elephant
imagine-
seal was
he really-
unbelievable.
He really takes over that town, though. Like, they're literally
Amazing.
held to ransom by Neil for like 3 or 4
Good on
months.
Neil.
Well done. Rochelle's in Ellenbrook. Hello.
Good morning. How are we?
Good, Rochelle.
Rochelle, did you have a run-in with mud?
Yeah, so many years ago I was out horse riding and we come up to some water and the horse decided to have a little drink and thought, this looks really nice, and proceeded to take a little roll in the mud.
Oh, with you on
Me
the
still
back?
horse. Yes.
It's not great for the
then-
saddle, is it?
No. And then so when the horse got up, if you can imagine like a black and white cookie, I was half covered in mud and half not. And just had to wait until I got home and get changed, and luckily my leg was all right.
Oh, yeah. Could have squashed you down there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Hey, Rochelle, when the horse starts going down, you know what's going to happen.
You need to jump off. You got to jump off.
What do you do?
It was like slow motion.
Yeah.
But it happened so quick. But you're just like, oh my God, and then bang down. Too late.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
We went to a time in Kalgoorlie. There was you could basically rent out a horse and just ride it, and they didn't check if you could do it or not. You just I think it was like $20, and you take a horse out. And the funniest thing ever was my cousin. She didn't know how to ride a horse, and she got dragged by the saddle. Her foot was in the stirrup.
Yeah.
She got dragged about 100 metres.
Yeah. I know somebody that happened to them and they ended up blind.
Oh,
from the
she had
injury.
every bit of debris in her hair and clothes coming out of there, and they just did not check because you don't need a horse license, do you?
No.
No.
You don't need
Common
a horse
sense.
license.
That's so true.
Thanks, Rochelle. Belinda's in Clarkson. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Belinda. Okay, talk to us about when you had a run-in with mud.
It was over 40 years ago when I was living on a farm down south in Baringup. And he must have been, if I was 11, he was 7. My 7-year-old brother went off to play down at the dam. And, you know, back in the day where parents didn't supervise kids, right?
Yeah, of course.
They were the days, weren't they?
How
Everyone
did we
had their
survive?
our parents had their time. We had ours. We met up at the end of the day, probably about 8:30 at night.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway, he went down to the dam. And I don't know how he did it, but he got stuck up to the waist in the mud.
Yes.
And my stepdad went and got the tractor to come. Like, he went and got the tractor and drove up and pulled him out. He tied a rope around his waist and
Yes.
backed
Ripped him in
out.
half.
Pulled him out.
That's
Belinda,
the
this
thing.
is exactly what happened over at Mount Claremont.
Yeah, that's right.
I do think the tractor was overkill, though. Like, because Natalie just suggested it. Like, if you go too fast,
Yes.
you have ripped that child in half. You have, whoops.
I mean, when
The
it's a
kid is
kid,
flung.
you'd think the dad could just, like,
It's
grab him and pull him out.
I think a tractor was overkill to get you.
Yeah,
how old was the kid? Seven.
Seven.
To get a 7-year out of
You're
mud.
right, Nathan. That's more a ute thing. You're right.
No, I'd wrap it against. I'd wrap a rope against the Concorde.
Yes,
and just have it pulling
Perhaps
out
the
that way.
wheelbarrow could have done the trick.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Just to get out of here.
Just did a deep dive into the world of Dave Dobbins. How did that even come up?
I started singing it for some reason.
Heaven.
I don't know. But has he ever had another song?
that sad,
we
Adam?
love this
He
song.
said Dave Goggins.
Oh, Dave
That's right,
Dobbins.
and then I
You
said
said Dave
Dave
Dobbins.
And then we all sang Slice of Heaven straight off the top, knowing most of the words.
And it's just, I don't know whether it was a beautiful thing of our childhood or an example of how sad it was, but how we were all so excited to go and see the Foot Rot Flats movie.
And
I
it's
mean, I
just
was
a
excited
cartoon.
to go and see it, but I never saw it.
Oh. No, it's a good show.
No.
The
I
thrill
don't
of
know.
seeing the
Yeah.
Forest Flats movie
Never
on the
saw
big
it.
screen.
When you look at it these days, you go, gee, that was sad. But that's all we had.
That's all we had.
I
Had no other
googled
options.
Dave Dobbins, and
Yes.
you know the what other people have asked is Dave Dobbins religious? People want to know.
I thought you were
Who
gonna say
cares?
dead.
Not really. He's been knighted. Yes, he has been knighted.
What?
Yeah.
He's Sir
he-
Dave Dobbin.
Yeah, he's Sir Dave Dobbin. He's a national treasure, and his songs are part of
New
the New
Zealand.
Zealand culture.
Yeah, it is.
Who inspired Dave Dobbin? He says he's inspired by the New Zealand landscape.
Because it's a slice of heaven, Nathan. You've been there. You've seen it.
It is a slice,
of heaven.
I'm confused as to why people leave New Zealand. Apparently, they've got no jobs.
But apart from that.
No, but when you get there, it's like, well, Queenstown anyway, it's full of people from elsewhere.
It's
and it's
so
like,
great.
well, if the Kiwis had just stayed there, then they would have had jobs.
Yeah, they would have had jobs.
It's amazing.
What genre is Dave Dobbin? They said rock. Can you pump that up? This isn't rock.
That's not wrong.
I don't know what it is, but it's not rock. Have you ever heard that song before, Ross?
I know the slice of heaven bit, but like you're talking about flats, and
Foot Rock Flats.
Foot Rock
You're not
Flats,
familiar with
which
Foot
is
Rock
a
Flats,
movie.
the cartoon?
I just googled it, and it's a cat or a dog.
No, it's a dog.
dog.
It's a border collie. How dare you?
Well, I wasn't of that era.
He's just learning. Oh,
And the
don't
learning.
you age shame us.
I'm not trying to, but I
And the
just.
dog is called Dog.
Okay.
I forgot about
the
that.
dog's
Yeah.
called Dog.
I was
And the farm's called Wally.
I was a very surface Foot Rock Flats fan. I just jumped on the bandwagon because everyone else was doing it. I wasn't really a fan of Foot Rock Flats, but like I acted like I was so excited.
And there's a female dog called Jess who routinely
joking?
would be on Heat, and she'd be in the bitches box up out of.
Would they
out of
call
reach.
it that?
The bitches box.
That's
How
what
good
it
was
is.
it? Back then, mate. No one cared.
Yeah,
Kids
less
were saying.
rules. Less
No
rules.
one cared.
And what's on the show tomorrow? Don't you do that bit here, or you just want to keep talking about the dog?
What's happening
Harris.
tomorrow in the
Harris
bitch
is back.
box? What's on tomorrow in the bitch box? Yeah, Harris,
Harris
come
is
back.
back.
Yeah.
And some great chit chat.
yeah.
The quality of which you've
Can
just
go-
You know what it
experienced.
is? It's some learning. It's some learning.
Yeah.
You can't only entertain, you learn.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.